Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wake the F Up. I'm your host, Stephen Monahan.
Wake up!
Wake the F Up! Sheeple of the Year Award. This year's Sheeple of the Year Award is going to be announced early, because no one is a bigger sheeple than this guy, Roger Nicholson. Congratulations, you are the Sheeple of the Year. Earlier this week, Roger Nicholson, a self-described gonzo journalist and former Cambridge television personality, berated InfoWars journalist Dan Bidandi for daring to pose the tough questions during the Boston bombing news conferences. This happened on the streets of Boston, where law enforcement was ripping people from their homes while ignoring the Fourth Amendment and basically implementing martial law. Can we take this any longer? The rant consisted of nothing more than curses and uninformed babbling. What you say is dangerous, and people like you shouldn't be able to drive a car, much less espouse your opinions in public, Nicholson said, not even allowing Bidandi to respond. MSNBC and the corporate media have used the video as part of a concerted attack on Alex Jones. Mr. Nicholson then appeared as a guest on InfoWars and proceeded to claim that British citizen Piers Morgan, who has consistently attacked the Bill of Rights and the Second Amendment, is more patriotic than Alex Jones and InfoWars. He refused to talk about other issues, including the FBI's well-documented effort to create fake terror plots for propaganda purposes. I don't believe your version of what you're saying, he argued, after admitting that he's ignorant of the FBI story, which did appear in the New York Times. This sheeple, who called Dan Bidandi a dope and a dumbass for suggesting that the FBI may have been behind the Boston bombings, seems to be missing a few facts. According to Judge Andrew Napolitano, in the past 10 years, there have been 20 terrorist plots against the United States. 3 of these plots were real, but were discovered and stopped by private American citizens. The other 17, you ask? Well, they were created and then stopped by the FBI. Ted Gunderson, the former FBI chief, said, and I quote, "Most terror attacks are committed by our CIA and the FBI." End quote. Mr. Nicholson must not have seen the reports saying that the 2 suspects in the Boston bombing were controlled by the FBI for years, or the reports from the Boston Globe, as well as eyewitnesses who have said that there was a drill taking place at the same time as the Boston bombings. He must not have seen the photos of private contractors and Blackwater-type security that the mainstream media seems to keep ignoring. He must not realize that the public has yet to see one shred of evidence suggesting that the 2 suspects actually committed the crime. No pictures, no video, nothing. Where's the evidence? From what we have seen so far, it seems like the 2 brothers were controlled patsies. It's sheeple like Roger Nicholson, who calls himself a patriot, that are actually the most anti-American. The tactics they use are always the same. No rational thought, no facts, just ad hominem, ignorance, and insults. The real reporters and real patriots are guys like Dan Bidandi, who shut down 3 press conferences, asking law enforcement the tough questions that nobody else was willing to ask. I believe it's healthy to question your government, especially one with a history of false flag events against its own people. In this day and age, you can do that. So a toast goes out to Dan Bidandi, a real journalist. And I'll leave you with this quote. "In the beginning of change, the patriot is a scarce man, and brave, and hated and scorned. When his cause succeeds, the timid join him, for then it costs nothing to be a patriot." Mark Twain. As always, click the thumbs up button, share this video with everyone you know, leave me a comment below, and now, more than ever, question everything.
Unleash the Kraken!
Peace.